What's up, everybody? Renfell here, and I am currently logged into Warhammer 40k Darktide, and I'm on the ship. I'm on the one of the Imperial ships that you're. I don't know all the names. See, I'm just now getting up to speed with all the Warhammer lore, and specifically, I have been preparing for Rogue Trader. So the launch of that is coming in December from Owlcat Games, and so I've been sort of immersing myself into all of this lore in the world of Warhammer 40k. And when I saw this crop up on Game Pass, I was like, I gotta play it just to try it out and see. And one of the things that amazed me when I logged into this game was the fact that the ship layout appears to be the exact same or very similar to the ship layout in Rogue Trader. And the difference between that game, which we will take a look at here in a few minutes, is that you're getting sort of a top-down view in a different art style. But coming in here, you very much have this, over-the-shoulder first-person. I mean, it is first-person in the shooter aspect of the gameplay. But as an example, coming into here and looking at this, which is like the world map. And in this case, in this game, it's the mission board. But if you go to the in Rogue Trader, it's the actual world map where you can choose to fly around the different planets and galaxies. And there you're getting it from a top-down view, but here you're getting this absolutely amazing, spectacular. You insert adjective here. We can look up and see into space out the windows above. And then we can roll up on this and see the actual map itself. And then going on in here, we've got all these corridors that lead off into the various sections of the ship. And I think if we bring up the map, I forget which is the button for the map. Might not be a map per se on this section. But we've got all of these different areas that we can come through, corridors that we can run down. This is like a training section over here, and then I don't know if that door is usable, but we can run around here and just check out that there's all these different sections of the ship that we can explore out from the main central hub. There's the launch bay, and then we've got this over here, which I'm not quite sure what the station is for. This is like maybe the Vox communication channel, perhaps. It's just really cool to me because since I'm not familiar with the lore of Warhammer, what really has intrigued me is the fact that because Warhammer has been a tabletop game for so long, there is so much existing material to pull from when it comes to the resources that the art teams need to create the assets for their games.
I do wish you would refrain from singing, Commodore. It's distracting.
Sounds like someone wants to join in. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone.
I have no idea what that says above the door, but it's a cool looking script. But just the attention to detail in here of all these different places.
Don't be afraid of the shears. I've a steady hand. I promise.
And like, if you remember the one of the playthroughs I did, they explain these I don't remember what they're called, but these dudes up here on the wall, which are like half machine. They like had their souls ripped out or whatever, and it's just a vessel at this point. And in the game, you're only seeing a little avatar representation on like behind where my head would be. But here you can actually see him up close and personal. And it's just, I think there's a lot of attention to detail here where I can appreciate the fact that we've got such a deep, amazing pool of resources in terms of all the Warhammer lore that's been done over the past 20, 30, I don't even know how many years the game has been around, that you can see. So this is sort of the, first-person look at things. Obviously the amazing music that we've got in the background, looking up and seeing all of these crazy things. So my question is, at this point, is this the exact same style of ship that you have in Rogue Trader, or is this a different type of ship that's just similar enough because it's one of the Imperial vessels? Food for thought. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Rogue Trader, and we'll take a look at what the ship looks like in that game so we can kind of compare the two side by side. Quick commercial break, everyone, to give a shout out to our first official guild officer, Bubbalonia, as well as all of the guild champions, and of course, all of the members who help keep me on the air full time. To join as a member, simply click that join button below and pick your tier, but you can also support with super chats on any live stream or premiere, or super thanks on any upload or YouTube short. Don't forget the Discord. Let's get back to the video. Alright, so I'm logged into Rogue Trader now, and what blew me away was that, I mean, it's a different art style, obviously, but as soon as I logged into Darktide, I was like, this looks exactly the same, like in terms of like, here's the world map, the center of everything. This is the Coronis Expanse map, and then if we go over here, we've got this, this is where my Rogue Trader sits, essentially. This is his throne area up in here, and then we've got these, I mean, it's, again, slightly different, but we've got these sections of the ship where we can roll around and look at. It goes to my quarters, then we go over here, and this goes somewhere. I mean, we can look at the map, and we can go all over the ship, and this is the Void ship, and I guess they're all called Void ships. This is where the confusion on my end is, because I don't actually know what all of these vessels are called, because I've never played Warhammer before. This is my first foray into the universes. Well, in this case, the universe, because I guess we're only playing the sci-fi versions between Darktide and this game. But I love being able to just run around and then go down here, and you could check out all the different places on the ship. You've got these communications panels, and it all looks similar, even though it's a different art style, because we're dealing with a sort of, we're not doing the first person, so we're in a top-down isometric version of the game here. But it's still a working Void ship with the same workstations and people milling about and everything else. We can go over into my quarters. There's other places, other sections of the ship we can go to as well. But then we can come over here and we can actually click on like the world map. And this will take a second to load because we're in the beta version. But this brings up the universe map whereby which we can travel to all these different places. And then outside of this is like going over here, the fact that we can do Void ship management. And when I saw the Void ship show up in the cutscene for Darktide, I was like, that's the exact same ship, at least from an exterior shot, that I see in Rogue Trader. So this, I guess, maybe is my question to those of you who know more about Warhammer than I do. Are they the same ships? Because they look like the same ships on the outside, and they look really similar on the inside. And they have this similar, you know, everything is there, even though the art styles are different. So it's really cool to me to see how that all comes together when you have this massive resource that is the Warhammer, you know, I'm assuming there's a player's handbook type thing, an encyclopedia, whatever you want to call it, where you could dive in and find all this information out, and they've got all these resources in terms of art and everything else. So it's been a real pleasure for me to start diving into this world, because I know D&D pretty well. I've played Dungeons & Dragons since I was in my single digits. I know Forgotten Realms, I know Dragonlance, I'm getting to know Pathfinder, I know a little bit of Starfinder, and I could thank Owlcat Games for me learning about Pathfinder, because I had never played before that. And I'm going to thank Owlcat for getting me into Warhammer, because this was the game that got me interested in actually playing Warhammer for the first time. And then when I saw Darktide pop up the other day on Game Pass, I was like, I need to give it a shot and see what that's like. And so far it's been really enjoyable. But it was the ship similarities that really got me and made me want to make this video. So I don't know, it's a rambling thing of me just talking about stuff. Hopefully you liked it. If you do, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Discord links are down below. Member videos are above if you're supporting the channel financially here on YouTube. And don't forget, we're multi-streaming now on Twitch and YouTube. So pick your poison where you want to watch and support. Until next time, everybody, stay safe. Happy gaming.